Kindergarten, first and second grade leaders, we're preparing for June 16th. Happy Father's Day, dads, and thank you for leading to build relationships that build disciples with kiddos. This week we're talking about how the ark was captured, not Noah's ark. That would be a very big ark, and I'm not sure that anybody could carry that. But the ark that God had Moses build, or Moses gave the instructions to be built, so that God, when they built the temple, there was a way to contain all of the elements from the temple and the 10 Commandments. And then the box itself symbolized God's presence with the Israelite people. Remember, a couple weeks ago, we talked about how the ark led the Israelites into the Jordan River. And as the priest walked with the ark, the water dammed up as a symbol that God was with them and God was going to take care of them and God was going to continue to lead them into the promised land. Well, the Israelites finally remembered that the ark has that significance. And as they are going into battle with the Philistines, a great people group in the promised land, they decided that because they keep losing these battles, they're going to take the ark into battle with them so that God would be with them and they could win. Well, they didn't win. The Philistines won this battle, and they took the Ark of the Covenant with them. And when the Philistines took the Ark into their towns, God noticed that and caused everybody to become very ill in that town. And so they moved it to a different village area, and those people got sick. And then they moved it to another village area, and those people got sick. And so they decided that their God is greater than the God that was with the Philistines, and that they didn't need this to show the greatness of their God, and really kind of just rejecting the Israelites and their God anyway. And so that was not necessarily a bad thing for the Israelites, because the Philistines hooked up the ark to two cows and led the ark back into the promised land for the Israelites to have the ark back. So a really funny, amazing story to show God's power. And that God, even in all of the adversity, that we can trust God to use his power to do what is best. That God's power, that what the Israelites perceived was God's power to help them win, was not necessarily what God thought was best for them at that time. And so he did continue to try to protect them by not allowing the ark to stay with the Philistine people. And for it to make its way back. But also that symbol points us to Jesus, that God ultimately had a design in mind of who that Savior was going to be. And it wasn't going to be a box, and it wasn't going to be a king, as we'll see soon. It was going to be Jesus, and he was going to be the perfect sacrifice, and he was going to be the perfect way for us to have a relationship with God again. And so that is our story for this week. Should be a whole lot of fun. This series, we're playing Minute to Win It games as the kids are coming in. So I encourage you to get here as soon as you can to play these games with your kids. I know that they're going to have fun with them. They love it every time we play Minute to Win It games. And this one this week includes a little treat with it, and so they can eat some of it if they want to. You should have a basket. If you're kindergarten through second grade, you'll have a green one. If you're third through fifth grade, you'll have a blue one. And in your basket, you'll have a couple of bowls of Fruit Loops and a couple of empty bowls and some chopsticks in paper envelopes. You'll have your score sheet, and each team is going to need one of these sorting mats as well. And what you're going to do is lay out the two bowls, and kids are going to you can open up your Fruit Loops bowl. They are going to use their chopsticks. Each kid gets 2 chopsticks. They're going to use their chopsticks to try to pick up a Fruit Loop, and I'm not very good with chopsticks, and put it on the mat in the right color. And for each Fruit Loop that they get on the right color, they get a point on your score sheet. And obviously the team with the most points at the end is the winner. Now these games are set up so that you can have two different teams. And so what I'm hoping is that after each kid gets a chance to play through this for one time, and that each kid gets 1 minute to to see how many they can move over, that everybody gets the chance to play. A lot of times when we play minute to win it games, there's only 1 or 2 kids that get to play. With this setup, we're hoping more kids will get to play and just get to be a part of the fun. Remember, these social activities are meant to have fun, to help them to help kids have a common way to build a relationship with you. When we have fun with kids over time, we're helping them build stories that they can tell about their small group leader. And so I know some of you are really good at making things like this fun. So I encourage you to get there as soon as you can so that you can have fun with your kids. We'll go to large group, and then during small group, you have some pieces of paper for each kid that look like this. And you also have some popsicle sticks. You'll have scissors and tape and probably some glue sticks, but I really encourage you to use tape. Tape's going to work a whole lot better. And kids can color their box if they'd like to. If they want to make it like the Ark of the Covenant, it would have been gold. But if they don't want to color it gold, they can color it however they would like to make a treasure box. And then they will cut out this paper and fold it along all of the lines to make a box. And as they are doing all of that, you can use the words in your guide. Each kid will also get 2 popsicle sticks, and they're supposed to tape the popsicle sticks on the side of the box to make it like the ark would have been carried. I have a picture somewhere. I'll show you what the ark would have looked like. Potentially. Right here. So see how the sticks go on either side of the ark to carry the big box. So they can tape their sticks to it. If it doesn't hold up with the weight of the sticks, it's okay. They don't have to have sticks on it. But the instructions say to put the sticks on there. All right. And then your instructions on here says on what to say, that God showed the Philistines that he is the one true God. They stole the special box that represented God's power and presence with the Israelites. That didn't stop God, though. He cannot be contained in a box. He is the ruler of the whole universe. And then our bottom line, or our big picture question is there anything or anyone greater than God? And no, nothing is greater than God. God is greater than everything and everyone. And then I would encourage you to continue to read on. It says our boxes God cannot contain God's power, of course. But before we folded them, our boxes made a shape that reminds us what our greatest treasure is. And I don't know if you noticed it before the box was folded, but what do you think this looks like? What does that shape look like? You may want to take one of these out to remind them of what it looked like. See how it looks like a cross? Jesus is our greatest treasure. He loves us and died so that we could have life with God forever. And just a big reminder that our bottom line for this week is I trust God and follow him because he always does what is best. So maybe as they're decorating their box, they can write words on there that remind them that God does his best for them always, or ways that they've seen God do his best for them or for other people in their lives. And maybe you could share a personal story about that as well. Your memory verse activity You'll have stickers. This is just a piece of paper, but we have printed them off onto stickers for you. And each kid will get one of these stickers. There's 10 total. And what they're going to do without talking is try to line themselves up to get all of the words in order. No one is like you, Lord. You are great, and your name is mighty in power. Jeremiah 10:6. And then you can pray with your kiddos and send them home. Thank you so much for leading and building relationships that build disciples. The work you're doing with kids is helping the ministry grow. We have seen exponential growth in the last 3 or 4 months, and continue to expect that. Not really sure why, but it's a good thing. And because we're experiencing growth, we need more leaders. And so if you know of someone who's ready to step in and try it out, ask them to talk to me, ask them to come with you one week, and we'd be happy to show them how we do everything. Maybe they can shadow you one week, and then we can figure out how we can get them a part of the team. Thank you for leading. I'll talk to you soon.